First, full disclosure, I did not buy this. It was sent to me by Berkeley Nucleonics Corporation, short BNC, free of charge for review. And it's their model P4025T 200 MHz touchscreen oscilloscope. With all that out of the way, let's have some fun. And no, this is not the review video. This is the unboxing and first impression video. The review video will follow after my summer vacation, and I had some time playing with the thing. So, yeah, very well packed. Oh, yeah, I will change the camera setup when we go to the smaller box. Yeah, nothing left in here. You might not have heard about Berkeley Nucleonics before. Well, unless you were in the market for a picosecond pulse generator, yeah, accessory box, or and well, first sight of the scope. What picosecond pulse generators or 40 gigahertz microwave signal generators. There's the beauty. Well, or maybe you are a nuclear scientist in search of some yeah, I need to change the camera again, sorry. Where was I? Yeah, nuclear scientist in search of some equipment for identifying isotopes or simply general radiation detection equipment. Yeah, but yeah, there's of course a link to their website down below and to the product page for that scope. Oh, this is a brand new demo unit. I need scissors. Here we go. Very satisfying. As I said, it's just real fun just to browse through their product page to see what kind of equipment is available today. Okay, beauty shot in a second. So here it is. Does it have some flip out feeds? Better angle, and I must say, compared to my Rigel DS1054Z, these feet are really smooth to flip. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So here it is, the model P4025T from Berkeley Nucleonics. And you might also know this scope under the OWON brand name as the XDS3204AE. Anyway, let's have a look around that thing. And that scope is really slim. I mean, I'm flabbergasted. I compare that to my Rigel here. And yeah, it's about let's say with the knobs at the front 90 millimeter, that's about 3.5 inch. While the Rigel with the knobs at the front, locks in at about, a little over 12 centimeters, so almost 5 inch. So, wow, that's really cool. there's not much at the back. Trigger out. Yeah. BNC connector. BNC connector. You get it? Sorry. So trigger out, and I think there's also an option where you can get a single channel function generator built in. Yeah, your requisite USB and nowadays LAN connector, and there's also an option, it's only an option, for VGH connector if you want to attach an external monitor. It is not standard. And of course your IEC mains power connector, which should eat up any mains voltage available on this planet. 100 to 240 volts, it says here. 24 watts. Battery optional. Oh, that's a nice feature. We have to talk about this. And yeah, another option, I think you can have here a digital multimeter inputs. So yeah, you can get that with a built-in digital multimeter. I'm not really a fan of that, but yeah, then you have everything in one unit, your digital multimeter, your oscilloscope, and a single channel function generator. Yeah, it's a bit taller, of course, than the Rigel, and comes in with, yeah, let's say 180 centimeters, so about 7-inch. And yeah, it's hard to show on camera, but if I line that up here, you see it's a little bit, but not much, but it's a little bit wider than the Rigel, and that's about-ish, or yeah, spot on, 340 millimeters, so yeah, about 13.5 inch. And with that we can, yeah, weight. Maybe the Rigel is a smidgen heavier. And with that, okay, not wanting to compare apples with pears, I will put the Rigel away and get these nice feet out again. And I promise you, I will switch the unit on within this video. Yeah, keys that don't do much unless we supply power. Your 4 channels, yeah, your position, horizontal, vertical, your trigger, yeah, your function menu. It's a standard oscilloscope. We will dig in a little bit deeper in the review video. But now let's have a look at the accessories that came with it. In the accessory box we have, yeah, prospect. That looks like the manual on CD, and yeah, some probes. We'll have a closer look at them in a moment. And yeah, that's a manual for the probes, and yeah, that's a quick guide for the oscilloscope, the CD, business card. These are only 2 probes, so I expect, yeah, 2 more here with the second set of accessories. Power cable, more business cards, another business card, and yeah, USB cable. So the 4 probes are color coded, obviously, and you have yeah, in the accessory bag some other colors available. Can you see that? The ground springs here, yeah, if you want to use the tip with the ground spring directly. earthing cable, and compensation is at its usual with a little bit higher quality probes in the BNC part. The cable is nice and flexible, a little bit thicker than my Rigel ones, but yeah, nice probe. I have to measure the length. And it's 110 centimeters, yeah, from end to end, roughly, so about-ish 43 inch, about-ish. So, yeah, let's fire that thing up. One thing I noted, oddity, maybe a feature, if you just press the power button a short time, yeah, it lights up some lights, but it doesn't come on. So it is a soft power button. So you press it until it gets green, and then the scope comes on. To switch it off, yeah, if you accidentally touch it, nothing happens. You press the power button until it beeps, and then it's off. So yeah, no accidental switching on. And yeah, I have a stopwatch here. Let's see how long that takes to come online. It's green. Nothing is happening. Getting ready to press stop. Come on. Okay, and yeah, there we are. 25 seconds. Oh, yeah, not too bad. It's a bit unnerving that absolutely nothing happens at first, and then suddenly it comes on. As soon as you hear the relays clicking in, yeah, the analog input section, it's only 1, 2, 3, tack, it's there. Another thing I notice is there's no noise. Why is there no noise? I mean, if you saw my videos when I use a Rigel, there's usually some fan noise, but here, yeah, I will put the microphone very close now, just a second. So yeah, it has a fan, but it's really, really quiet. Wow. And yeah, I forgot to measure the screen when we went through the dimensions. Let me remedy that. So the screen is 20 centimeters, so about, yeah, that's an 8-inch screen. And it's a nice, it looks like a 4:3 screen, so yeah. Let me connect some probes and yeah, make some curves on the screen. And never forget to compensate your probes when you connect them to a new oscilloscope. And yeah, they're quite good out of the box, obviously. So no. I mean, the goal is here to have basically no overshoot and no undershoot, and yeah, also don't be too slow at the rise. So yeah, that's almost perfect. Okay, now here at the falling edge we have a little undershoot, but yeah, for our purposes that should be good enough. I looped the probes to the calibration output, so we have some curves here, and yeah, the only thing up to now I don't like is that the lighting, the backlighting of the buttons is a wee bit weak. I mean, you can see it that now channel 1 is lighted and the other channels are not lighted, but yeah, could be a bit stronger. And yeah, this is a touch screen, so let's touch it. Whoa. Ooh, things here. What's that? Oh, now I'm moving my cursor. Oh, nice. Now I'm moving my curve. Nice. Can I pinch it? Yes. I can pinch it. Wow. Can I pinch it in the time axis? Yeah. Yeah, I'm personally not a fan of touchscreens, but hey, it's the modern times, isn't it? Really nice. Okay, but that's more, yeah, and where are my other channels? There they are. Sorry. Yeah, that's more for the detailed review. Let's try the viewing angle of the screen. I mean, yeah, touchy and reflecty. Yeah, one goes with the other. Yeah, if you look at it from the side. Oh, that's quite good. Other side as well. Sorry for the feet scratching. Yeah, not too shabby. And now you will get some reflections from the ceiling lights. If you have it up very, very high on your bench. Okay, there comes the ceiling light, but yeah, not too bad. Or you looking down at it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, but so that were the first expressions. I think everything else belongs in the detailed review that will follow. I think I mentioned it in the beginning. End of August, start of September, when I had, when I'm back from my vacation, and had some time to play with the thing, and then we also get out, of course, function generator and put the whole oscilloscope through its paces and yeah, see what its limits are. I mean, it doesn't say here, it just says 200 megahertz and 4 channels. Easy enough to see, you don't have to write it here. But the real thing about that unit here is the 14-bit ADC. And I never had my hands on a 14-bit scope, and yeah, maybe I will get my Rigel out to make some comparison what 14-bit ADC actually means when you take some measurements. But as I said, that's more for the detailed review. And until then, bye.